Vet 76, and I am out at the range with my Italian Vetterli carbine. The date on this one is 1888. I believe these are model 1870s. I'm not sure about that. I have to look it up. And I've shot this one. I'm looking at some load development here. I made the mistake of loading a whole box with one particular load, and then I loaded a few with a different load. These here are a little slow. This one here I bumped up the speed, and according to my last notes, I didn't write any data down. So I'm looking at about 1,300 feet per second is what I'm looking for, but I'm also looking for a group, so not necessarily speed as much as what we can get at the group at now. This particular Vetterli, I slugged the bore, and I have a 424 thousandths groove diameter. It's a little bigger than that, about a half thousand. And so I had to load and size for this particular rifle. I believe the bullets are 427 diameter. Since it's a soft lead bullet, it's perfect for this bore. So I thought I'd bring it out and shoot it again today. See what happens here. I did what I did on these rifles. I'm shooting at 50 yards, and these will shoot. Most of these antique guns are designed to shoot at a minimum distance of 300 meters. So if you want to shoot at closer ranges, you have to bring your front sight up. So I use JB weld, and I build it up with JB weld, and then I'll file it down to get my elevation. Most generally what I'm looking for is a little more in the windage area, and just getting on the paper, and we work from there. So let's do a few and see how it looks like. That is a pretty stout recoil. I think I'll put that on. I didn't set the chronograph up. I don't particularly care today. I want to look down range and shoot some more. Yeah, those first two are a little low. Take another look here. So I'm shooting to the left a little bit, and I'm still a little low. And what I did was I shot this like you would the Carcano, with the front sight buried down in the bottom of the notch of the rear sight for the first two shots, and it shot right. The next shot I took was the front sight even with the top of the notch on the rear sight, and I'm still shooting a little low, and I'm also shooting to the left, which is fine. That's why I put the JB weld on there. I can file it down to get my elevation for 50 yards, and then if I ever decide to shoot at 100, I'll take a couple shots before I do any more adjustment. But most generally with these old guns, I'm just having fun, and I'll shoot at 50 yards because it's easier for my old eyes to see the target. So I'm going to make some adjustments and then we'll shoot some more. One thing about this rifle is it has a fixed front sight, so you can't drift it. Get your windage, but with the JB weld on there, I can file it left or right and make some adjustments that way. And the rest of it, you can probably drift the rear sight on this one. I'm not sure. No, doesn't look like you can. That's soldered in place. So, a lot of Kentucky windage on this one, I guess. I'm going to run a few more rounds through it.
1 minute to ceasefire, 1 minute to ceasefire.
Alright, we'll wait for ceasefire and go down range and check it out. Okay. Down here, that was my first shots. And then these were my second shots. And these were after filing the front sights, my third. There's a group there, really. So elevation needs to come up. And windage needs to go to the right. Kind of hard to do with a fixed front sight, but we'll work on that. The rear sight's fixed as well, so it's fun to play with. The rest of my bullets for this rifle are too slow. I may pull them and and then reload them to the hotter load that I was just shooting now. Well, there you have it, folks.